I have something for you. It's a epiphany that I had. Something that I've never experienced before in my life, that I never thought I would, and I want to share it with you because I want to ask you if you have had this epiphany about home and our planet and what home actually is. Do you feel like this isn't your home? I have something to share with you that I think you're going to really love, or at least ponder. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Are you ready to do that? I've got something real cool today. Have you ever felt like you're not home? I hear this all the time. I've felt it my whole life. I never felt like I was home with my own family. And I never felt like that this was home. Why? Because it's very uncomfortable. And I had a lovely family and a lovely childhood. I never felt uncomfortable with that. I just didn't feel like it was home. I just felt out of place. Now, do you feel that? Do you feel like you as a spiritual being are not home? I have something real special for you today. I want you to think about this because we're now going into a big expansive space of what we are, which means our thinking is going to change completely. In fact, in Activate Your Magic, you guys want to come over, this is free. I actually teach you how to manifest with no thoughts. They're not required. We don't have thoughts on the other side. You don't need them here. Thoughts get you in trouble because thoughts are always directed by the ego, even good thoughts, because it's a judgment of some kind about how things are. And it can come from love and compassion. It's not always bad, right? But it's still the material world making decisions and directing things. So we are, of course, not human beings. And if you know this, this is why you don't feel like this is your home, because you know that there's a place that's so much more beautiful and feels so much better than this. But I have something to share with you today that may change your mind about that. I've had feelings since 2023 that are getting stronger and lasting longer, that I actually am home. But here's why I'm thinking that. If you are everything, and I believe that we are one energy that is everything, that animates everything, that creates everything, that evolves and transforms, is one energy field appearing as separate and individual things, all at once. No space and time separation of any kind. It just all exists at once. It is one thing happening. I was told this years ago in my super awakened state. Everything is one thing happening. Not simultaneously. It's one thing happening. I had to wrap my head around that. Well, you can't really wrap your head around that because the human mind can't comprehend it, but I realized, and then I was told there's no such thing as time. In other words, everything is all just happening, every probability, and it's one energy field. So in order for us to experience this individual, adventure that we're on, we appear to be separate. That's all it is, and it's the illusion. So if we are everything, including the illusion and the power behind the illusion and the illusion itself, then we're always home. Do you get this? I realized I'm starting to feel like this is home, even though it's still uncomfortable, because we're still on a planet that, it's cray-cray, right? It's really cray-cray. The cray-cray planet. We signed up for it. I realized, how can I not always be home, because I am everything? And if I'm everything, then I'm also the illusion. And that home is the one, me and you and all things, as one energy field, choosing to experience this, choosing to go on to into an illusion planet, creating a matrix. In fact, you and I are creating the matrix at every moment. It's not something that's just in place for us. We actually create it. through unconsciousness, we create the matrix, and the more we go into consciousness, the more the game changes. So the matrix changes because we're changing. So the play changes. So as we evolve, the play and players start to change, and it's a different story. We can change the ending, and we continually do that, and that's what we're doing right now. So, home, well, it's not you. So we think of ourselves as this energy field. Okay, I know I'm not the human, but when I leave this body, I'm going to go home. If you are everything, then you are already home. The illusion of lower frequencies and the pain and things we go through is what makes you think you aren't. You are self-contained no matter what you transform yourself into, no matter what you create, no matter what facade you come into, right? You create. In other words, whether you're a human or a beautiful angel, you're still the one energy that's always home. That's always home. It cannot be anything else because it can't be separate from anything. You're just in a different frequency and vibration. On planet Earth, we're in a different vibration. Vibration is just the creation of, a human being versus this coaster or this hat is different vibrations of the same energy field. I mean, everything's made up of the same energy field. And so the vibration differentiates it, makes it appear different. The frequency within it is different. We can choose our own frequency. We can go up or down, up or down. And so depending on what frequency we choose, we are shifting into other realities at all times that all exist. So we're just walking into a different room. The mansion's there, and all the rooms are still there. The rooms don't go away. They're all there. We just go to a different room, so the world looks different. And so when you go up to the penthouse, your world completely changes. It's different because you chose to go up there, but you're still in the mansion, and there are many mansions. How can it not be home? You are that person in the mansion and the mansion itself and all the other mansions and everything in between. You're always home. You're always home. You're thinking of yourself as an individual that goes someplace. When you go into advanced manifesting, you realize that's impossible. It's just a perception, and even that's an illusion. So when you leave your body, am I losing you here now? Stick with me. If, as a human being that transforms into something else, you're still always and never were separated. You just continue to transform as one energy field. You're always home because you're always the one. In its purest form, everything else is a choice, an experience. That's all it is. So home is you. And so you could say home is an experience. Yeah, it can be that too. But it's still you, the one that is experiencing that. So in other words, the one is the very planet and matrix that you and I are experiencing now. So it is home. And so when I say home, I mean source. Source is everything. So source is home, even in this state that we're in as human beings. It cannot be anything different. It's only just the perception of pain and anxiety and separation and whatever we're going through, and we can change that right now. You do not have to suffer anymore. And everything you do and think, everything you do, you must live in that new higher state of being to experience that here. And that's why I believe I'm starting to feel like this is home, because I understand that it's intentional. It's intentional. So if I am that one choosing this, then it must be home. And you'll go into a state of comfort. And no matter what your situation, you realize it's exactly how it's supposed to be. And if I don't like my situation, I can change that too. But not just for me, but for everything and everyone. How can you be of service to others? And you don't have to struggle or suffer. You don't have to be ill unless maybe you're gaining some experience and teachings from it. Don't discount all of that. This is why we all go through different experiences and we look different and we're diverse and we have different cultures and backgrounds, because it's experiencing every possible form of itself. But we fight it as individuals because we're in a low frequency, believing that I'm separate from that. This is pretty cool stuff, huh? So I'm giving you one more thing if you really haven't really felt like you're getting this. And I don't blame you, it's not easy. Have you ever lived in a different house? Yeah, of course you have. You're on planet Earth. We haven't gotten off of this yet, and we've lived in different homes. So what's home? It's wherever you're living, right? For some people it could be the streets, that's their home, the park bench. It could be your place up in Alaska. It could be your home in California or Germany or Israel. It's still home. So what's home? It's where you're living. But you're still the person in that home. No matter where you go, you're still you. And so home is everywhere. It's wherever you are. It doesn't come to you or go to you, go to it. It is your home wherever you place yourself. So it's never one place. Therefore, home is you, my dear. You are it. And so you'll start to feel more comfortable here, and you'll realize, I chose this. It's an experience. It's just a different home that I chose. So I'm going to live it. And sometimes we have a better view than others. And then sometimes your home needs repair, and all kinds of things we go through, and that's all we're experiencing here. Right? This is our home. And it'll be another one at some point. And so you'll start to feel more comfortable and realize this all has great purpose. And then you'll start to relax and enjoy the ride. And when you get challenged, know that everything is exactly the way it should be, and this too shall pass, and look forward to what's going to transpire when it does, and gain the value in whatever that incident, situation, feelings are. Experience it. Let the thoughts go. No more analyzing. Those are you too. There's no evil. There's no separate thought. Fear is not some separate entity. It's all you. You're creating all of it because you are the one. You are everything. You are home. And so you just get to experience a different view. You ready to enjoy this one? Be grateful for it. And let's rebuild her. Let's help her to flourish. And it's going to be beautiful, I promise you that. But I can't do it without you, because we agreed to come here as separate entities, to come back together in one consciousness. I hope that you'll come over and take my free videos, Manifest Anything. Come over and take one of my courses. They're pretty extensive. I'm doing coaching now. And so it's making a big difference. Free videos to learn internet training. And please subscribe. I have my own internet training. It's very different from this. Very different. I wouldn't compete against these guys because they're the best. But what we're going to do is, for spiritually conscious businesses, I'm going to have different platforms for you to come on board. I'm going to help you write business plans and really have a lot of fun and focus on expansion. Expansion and love and just exploring this beautiful planet. What are you doing right now? Complaining? You ready to give that up? You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Please tell everyone that we are home and that you are perfect. And that from there, that space is right here. You don't have to draw it or attract it. It's all right here. It cannot be anything less than perfect. Everything else is the illusion. Enjoy it. Change it. Play with it. It's yours to play with. And let's give to one another. Go back to consciousness and enjoy that again too before we're off to our next adventure. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.